Hi guys, I'm Vaibhav and welcome back to Chalchitra Talks. In today's guest episode, we have Ayush Mehra with us. Ayush Mehra is an actor and आपने इन्हें बहुत सारे shows में देखा होगा like -1, Operation MBBS and most recently Please Find Attached. So आयुष के साथ मैंने अभी बहुत recently बात की थी where he gave a lot of movies, books, TV shows and music recommendations. So let's jump right inside the conversation I had with Ayush Mehra on Chalchitra Talks. Hi Ayush, how are you doing? Thank you so much for doing this.
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's jump directly inside the recommendations that we'll be taking from you. I will be taking movie, music, book and podcast recommendations from you. तो हम किससे चालू करें आप बता दीजिए.
I think we should start with movie recommendations.
Great. Let's start with that only. So what are your few movie recommendations?
These movie recommendations which I'm giving are recommendations which has somewhere shaped me or somewhere entertained me or somewhere have left like such a huge impact on me that I keep revisiting them for inspiration. I keep revisiting them for life lessons for many things. So the first film, drum roll, I would like to recommend is Rush. Have you seen this film,
Yeah,
Rush?
by
Which
Ron
is
Howard.
yes, by Ron Howard. It's a film on a rivalry of James Hunt and Niki Lauda.
Yeah.
The film teaches you healthy rivalry, teaches you passion, teaches you what you need to, you need that little bit of madness to achieve whatever you have to achieve in life. Also, it's shot beautifully,
Yeah.
it's acted beautifully, it's directed, sound, everything in that film is perfect. I really like that film. Like that's my top recommendation. That's my favorite film of all time.
So उसमें आप
Uh,
ज्यादा relate किससे करते थे among the two?
I used to relate a little more to Niki Lauda because I feel uh, being disciplined, getting hard work
Hmm.
done, and you know, uh, like being consistent is something which is very important. Like even when you see James Hunt, he only had to
Yeah.
like, but there are people like that who just have to prove it once. But I like to, with like with respect to me also or any project I do, I wouldn't like to just be a one project wonder. I would like to
Right.
probably be like nailing it in everything. So consistency, discipline, hard work is the key for that. So I think I relate to Niki Lauda a lot. Also, मैं थोड़ा boring आदमी भी हूँ, तो I think मेरा trajectory वो side था.
What are the other recommendations?
So the second film which shaped or made me push myself a little more was Whiplash. I really, really like Whiplash. Again, it is so good as a film. It inspires you to push yourself, to do more, to do your best, uh, to be crazy, to just give it everything you have because until and unless you're obsessed with something, I don't think so it's easily achievable or you reach that legendary status like generally like a Michael Jordan or a Ronaldo or Messi. Everyone is obsessed with their craft or their career, and that's how they reach there. The best part about Whiplash was obviously the acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
The sound of that film is so perfect. Like, I wasn't an avid jazz listener
Mhm.
before Whiplash, but after Whiplash, in a day, I think 2 hours every day, I at least listen to some jazz.
Wow.
Like, it's shaped my life in that direction. The third recommendation is Godfather. It teaches you a lot of things. Godfather as a film, it teaches you like you have to fend for your family. Obviously, the acting, I can't
Yeah.
even tell you how much I like both of them. And the way it's shot, the way it's intense, it's such a beautiful crime drama. Now, the fourth one is a little offbeat. I really like The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Uh, it's one of my favorite films because I genuinely have that fear. I genuinely have that fear that one day this will all just they'll just be like open the door and
वो
come out.
गेट खुलेगा और
हाँ, तो ना मेरे को हमेशा ऐसे लगता है because you're the center of your universe. Like if you go to see, like even with you, Webber, right now, I'm just saying that you interview people or you do whatever you have to do, but in your story, you're the hero, and everything is
Okay.
around you with everyone. They are the heroines of their own story. So it's very subjective to opinion, but I just feel कि यार एक दिन ऐसा होगा कि मेरे को भी तो यही लगता है कि मैं मेरी पिक्चर का मैं ही लाइफ का हीरो हूँ और मेरे अराउंड सब हो रहा है, तो एक दिन ऐसा होगा कि सब बोलेंगे कि यार दरवाजा खोल के कम आउट, बिग बॉस चाहते हैं कि आप बाहर आ जाओ.
So Ayush, did it happen more once you became more famous? That fear?
Yeah, like the fear got a little ऐसा, it's due when like yeah things started to work out a little, but obviously it's not true, or I don't know. You have to tell me that. Where are the cameras? But yeah, it's one of those existential crisis films,
Hmm.
which is very beautifully put. And Jim Carrey is one of my favorite actors in life. Like you can just watch from his stand-ups to his interviews to his films, and you'll just feel inspired as a human being. From where he's come and whatever he's achieved. The fifth film, which I personally love a lot, and I have like a soft corner for that film, is La La Land. It's so close to my profession, it's so
Yeah.
close to acting, and it's so close to chance. Like, when you show chance so beautifully over there,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. Like Emma Stone
Hmm.
was not supposed to audition for that part. That boyfriend who she's not even in touch with, got her to that audition. She got the film. She's famous now, and that boyfriend is not in her life. But it's so relatable because there are so many people like this I meet in my life where this person has just said, because I'm hanging out with him, he's just said, "Oh, why don't you go meet that person now?" And I've gone and met that person, and I've got that gig, and I don't know about that human being who had recommended me to that. You know, like there are
Yeah.
so many people. There's so much working from somewhere that it's just bizarre after a point. Okay, how do you keep track? Because I remember I like backtracking a lot. Okay, how did I reach here?
Hmm.
Then you come to know, okay, oh, this one recommended me this got me here, this got me here, and then you start going back, and it's exactly like La La Land. The
Uh,
music in the film was bang on. Also, the last scene of that film is
uh,
is so beautiful. Is so beautiful that they both care for each other still, but you don't have to be together to care for each other. There's a film
yeah.
called Amadeus.
Oh,
If you've not seen that film, it's called Amadeus. It's about the life journey of Mozart and
wow.
Sienna. Uh, and it's such a beautiful film because Mozart was such a legend, but couldn't make wealth out of his craft, whereas the other person was always jealous of Mozart, that how is he so brilliant, but knew the business aspect of it and made much more money than him. And by the end of it, you see Mozart dying probably because of poverty. And this guy is just like, how is this happening? So
Hmm.
please watch this film called Amadeus. I think it won 8 Oscars. My favorite war films, like, Lord of the Rings. I genuinely am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. From Hobbit to Lord of the Rings, I've seen like everything. Then I would recommend the Dark Knight series, like the Batman series, but the Christopher Nolan uh, series. Like if you've never watched Batman ever in your life, and you're just going to start off, I think there is nobody else who's made it better. The trilogy better than Christopher Nolan. Also, I really am a sucker for superhero films, so I really like Avengers and all that. These
Which is your favorite superhero apart from Batman?
Batman is not my favorite superhero.
Oh,
My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I
nice.
really love Spider-Man, and I started off watching Spider-Man when Toby
Yeah.
Maguire used to be the Spider-Man. Then so for me, Spider-Man has always been that. But the love I have for Tom Holland is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I really like him as a human being. He's so pure. He's so nice, and he fits Spider-Man bill so perfectly.
Yeah.
So I really like Spider-Man. And
In fact, मुझे लगता है कि Into the Spider-Verse is one of the best like the best animated films ever made.
exactly, exactly. I also like Wolf of Wall Street. Please, Wolf of
Yeah.
Wall Street is one film which you should watch. Shutter Island is one of his
Yeah.
very, very good films. There's a film, it's not a Hindi film, it's a British film. I think it's called Knives Only. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that film as well because it's so well done, it's so well directed.
Absolutely.
Uh, I genuinely recommend people to watch Knives Only. It's very,
हम्म,
very good. It's very, very good. It's
मैंने
a
थिएटर में
crisp
देखी थी
film.
वो.
मैंने तो Knives Only New Year's पे देखी थी last year. I
Nice.
saw it on the 31st of December at 10 o'clock, and I bought in my ear watching a phenomenal film. There's also a film by Johnny Depp. It's called Ed Wood. I don't know
Okay.
if anybody would have seen it. Ed Wood is one of my favorite films. Also, there is No Country for Old Men. It's
Yeah.
a phenomenal film if anybody wants to watch it. There's a film by Johnny Depp called Blow. It's about drug trafficking and stuff like that. It's Penelope Cruz and Johnny Depp. It's a
Hmm.
phenomenon. It's a real story, and he's acted so well in that film. Please, if you get a chance to watch it, please watch it. Also, one more film which I remembered. Oh my lord, is John Wick. Oh,
अरे.
matlab Mad Max, Fury Road. Like, oh shit, I can't even tell you how much I love John Wick and Mad Max. I remember going in the theater and not eating a bite of popcorn in both the films and being like, interval mein कि shit मैंने कुछ खाया ही नहीं because you couldn't get your eyes off the screen.
Yeah.
Like John Wick is one of the best films you'll ever see. Even Mad Max Fury Road, it's beautiful. In Indian context, like I can name four Indian films which I genuinely, truly love. The first one is Kapoor and Sons. I feel
Yeah.
that's one of the best films for me because simplicity is something which really appeals to me. And that film
Hmm.
is so simple in a house about five characters who are just doing their bids. And there's so much conflict, there's so much tension, there's so much history. The way it's directed, the way it's acted, everyone's done a really good job. The second Indian film which I really, really love is Wake Up Sid for me.
Hmm.
Like I just feel that I saw Wake Up Sid at that point of time in my life, which was so co-relatable where I was like, yeah, hi, yaar, I don't know what I have to do and this, and I always wanted a CRV कि मैं drive करके जाऊँ
हाँ.
सी लिंक पे और ऐसे निकलूँ, but कुछ नहीं मिला मुझे. I really like Tamasha. Like I feel Imtiaz Ali sir, for me, his best film was Tamasha. The way Ranbir Kapoor also acted in that film was flawless. Uh, I genuinely like that film. Like I would recommend people to watch Rocket Singh for sure of
Yeah,
Ranbir
definitely.
Kapoor. Like that's one of the best films I think. Then Shah Rukh Khan films तो I'm a huge sucker for कभी खुशी कभी गम. वो जब भी आती है मैं हमेशा 5 बार तो देखता ही हूँ वो फिल्म. मैंने एटलीस्ट 1000 बार देख ली होगी बट मैं अभी भी देख सकता हूँ वो फिल्म. Like it's such a
I
fun
mean,
loving
yeah,
film to watch. Then I really like Chak De of Shah Rukh Khan. It's one of
definitely.
those inspiring films जब भी आती है and you just wait के सीन देख लेता हूँ और सीन
हाँ,
देखते देखते
सेम.
पूरी पिक्चर ही हो जाती
पूरी
है.
पिक्चर खत्म हो जाती है. मैं भी बैठ के यूट्यूब पे क्लिप्स देखता रहता हूँ उसके कि जब सारी लड़कियों की एंट्री दिखाते हैं और फिर वो
Yeah.
प्रीति सबरवाल 4 चक्कर काट के आओ. तो कुछ ना कुछ तो.
It's also shaped us as human beings because we've
Absolutely.
seen that kind of cinema while growing up. So I genuinely feel Shah Rukh Khan films, Ranbir Kapoor, Ranveer Singh, Vicky Kaushal films. Like I genuinely love all their work, whatever they do. So yeah, I keep looking forward to them. Also, my favorite actors are Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, Javier Bardem. I
Yeah.
really love Tom Cruise so much that I've never missed a Mission Impossible film. So yeah, these are like some of my film recommendations, which are a mix of good films, which are a mix of pure entertainment films, and which are a mix of like underlying layer of oh, ये भी ऐसा
ये
भी हो रहा
हाँ.
है. So yeah, I'd like to keep it like that. Like there's not one kind of a film which is right. It's
Absolutely.
just it's a story. I really like to listen to something which I don't know anything about and come out of it mesmerized and be like, oh damn.
So now that we have talked about movies, do you have any TV show recommendations also?
Oh, I have a lot of TV show recommendations as well. The first show which I feel everyone on this planet should watch is Breaking Bad. Like, I
Yeah,
feel it's one of the best shows written, acted, directed. It just it's a beautiful premise. So
yeah.
Breaking Bad is one of them. The second one I would like to recommend is it's a docudrama. It's called The Last Dance. If people haven't seen that, please
I
watch it.
haven't. Where is it?
Please watch. It's on Netflix, and
Okay.
it's about Michael Jordan. We all
Ah,
know
now I know.
who
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan is generally in life, and I'm not a basketball fan. I'm nowhere related to basketball. I'm a soccer fan. I saw the docu series. It's a 10 episode docudrama series. Oh my god, the amount of interest I have in basketball now, it's unparalleled. Like I I did not I did not understand how have I missed this phenomena of Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Like you only have to see the documentary to know what the hell was this human being. A documentary made on that person is flawless. Is please watch it. You will feel so motivated, inspired, and you will feel कि मैं अब भी जाके push-ups कर लेता हूँ. Like it's that beautiful, and they ask him about what he was thinking at that moment. It's beautifully cut, and then there's something about the 90s footage. So the 90s ka footage is so like I can't explain it, but once you see it, you'll be like, yeah, this 90s footage ka feel is really nice. I really like this Korean series. It's called Reply 1988. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life. It's just such a simple story about uh, four families living in a colony, like एक घर एक घर एक घर एक घर चार घर एक लेन की कहानी है और वो चार घर में सियोल कोरिया के 1988 के फॉल सीजन में क्या हुआ था. That's all. It's daily
Nice.
life routine, uh, and how towards the end all of them move out of that area because everyone's grown up.
Uh,
So you know that nostalgia feeling of eating at each other's house, chilling with your
hmm.
building friends, playing with them. You know, it's that kind of a show, and it's such a well directed show. It's so nice. I still sometimes go back and watch an episode. It's that sacred and it's that pure as a show. Then I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones as well. I really like Game of Thrones. मतलब जैसे ही आता था वो episode का weight, I
Yeah.
remember कि पहले दिन पे देखना है ना तो spoiler दिख जाएगा. So, Game of Thrones was one of those shows which I was like, oh man, this is great.
मेरे को भी ऐसा लगता है कि इनफैक्ट जो गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स का जो रेड वेडिंग एपिसोड है इट वाज लाइक द
हाँ,
9/11 एपिसोड ऑफ टीवी हिस्ट्री उसके बाद सब कुछ चेंज हो गया था.
exactly.
मतलब आई हैव नेवर सीन एनीथिंग लाइक इट. लाइक जैसे मेरे को एक उसके आसपास का एक मोमेंट लगता है, आई टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस, जैसे ब्रेकिंग बैड में लिली ऑफ द वैली वाला एक एपिसोड है जिसमें वो बच्चे को पॉइजन करता है वॉल्टर वाइट, तो वो जब रिवील होता है दैट वाज वन. बट रेड वेडिंग फॉर मी इज स्टिल वन ऑफ द बेस्ट थिंग्स एवर.
There's so many moments like that in Game of Thrones,
या
like Arya Stark killing the White Walker.
या
That moment was the knife, this thing, and like I never thought Arya would do that. Like she just became one of the biggest talked about topics in the whole planet.
Which was your favorite house? Like, which house did you support in?
Obviously, it has to be the Stark house. I don't know why, but it was just Stark all the way. I really thought Jon Snow would do something, but he did not, man. Like I was pretty disappointed by the fact कि ये क्या है ये कैसा anti climax है. The
हाँ,
last
काफी
season
एंटी
was
क्लाइमैक्स.
the last
हाँ.
season was a little, but it's okay. I think somewhere it was getting out of hand for them as well. I think to manage such a mammoth
हाँ.
scale of a show and to do it consistently for 7 seasons. So it's okay to give them Mafi for one
हाँ.
season which was a little here and there.
आप स्पेशल मेंशंस भी दे सकते हो, लाइक अगर लाइक आपको ऐसे बहुत सारे शोज के बस जस्ट नाम लेना, इट्स टोटली अप टू यू.
Like special mentions, I've seen Mr. Robot, which I liked at that point of time, but I did not continue to watch it. Like I saw season one, and then season two पे मैं नहीं जा पाया, क्योंकि तभी मैं कुछ कर रहा था. But I'm assuming that it's reached season four, मतलब अच्छा ही कर रहा होगा. I really, really, really love House of Cards. Like that was one of my first series which I watched and got me into American politics. Like, and I was like, oh man, ये होता है वहाँ. Like it's everyone so power hungry. Kevin Spacey was flawless in that series. Then in Indian context also, I like a few shows like Operation MBBS. There are a lot of Indian shows also, yeah, which are doing great. Like Mirzapur, I really love Mirzapur. Like it's one of the best shows I think India has produced. Patal Lok is so good. Is so good. Jaideep Alawat sir is phenomenal in that. Then I even loved Special Ops. I really liked Special Ops when I saw it, like in the lockdown. I felt that the scale of the show, the way it's made, it's really, really nice. And I have to watch Scam. I've heard a lot
Yeah,
about
I have heard so
Scam.
much about it. मेरे को भी देखना है.
Yeah, so I'm gonna watch Scam.
So अब मेरे को म्यूजिक और बुक्स पे तो जाना ही था.
I read this book called Flower for Algernon. It's by Daniel Keyes. It's a book about there's this person who is a little slow in life. His brain IQ and everything is very, 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 very low. So everyone makes fun of him and stuff like that. Uh, and there's a rat called Algernon who is even smarter than this guy. So they used to do lab tests on this one, and the rat used to win till they discovered an experiment and said, okay, we can try making him smarter. So they start doing the process on him and how he surpasses the scientists as an intelligent human being. But with intelligence comes a lot of awareness. And the people who used to make fun of him, where he used to feel innocently, oh, he's just pulling my leg, oh, he's this. Now he started to come to know that they are cunning. They are not, they like, they have a purpose. They're doing it for. So the more intelligent you get, the more problems you start having in your brain, and like complexity start showing. Where not being aware about it is a bliss, is a blessing. So that's the this thing the book is about, and it's a beautiful book because in the start the text of the book is with spelling mistakes because he's writing it. As he becomes smarter, the words start becoming a little difficult towards the latter half of the book. It's so well written because now he's smarter. So it's a overall experience. I really like that book called Flowers for Algernon. If you all get a chance to read it, please do.
Definitely, तो काफी interesting.
You know, generally, I'm not a big fan of one book, one story. I really like reading a lot of short stories. I have at least 5 volumes of Jeffrey Archer short stories, like a thick one. Since I'm into acting, I really like reading a lot about what you can do as an actor. So these are acting self books. For my birthday,
वो
I
वाली
got
कौन सी थी, वो प्लीज वापस दिखाइए ना. What's the
this
name
one.
of this?
The Intent to Live by Larry Moss. Very, very, very good book. Really sweet book. Then I have not read this book, but I'm on the cover of this book.
Oh, nice.
It was a very cool feeling to be on a cover of a book. I have to read it still. I have not read it. There's this also book. This was also a book on acting.
Nice.
This is the book I was talking about. One second. Damn. Yeah. This is the short story book of Jeff. Because I genuinely am a huge fan of short stories rather than huge ones. Because I feel as an actor, you don't get as much time supposedly to read. And in short stories, there are so many characters and you can, think about it. I also like actors at work. This is a book about, this is interviews of these many people. It's as close as you can get to a podcast, but
Nice.
this just you just have to read it. Ritika
Hmm.
is a friend of mine, and she is avidly into reading. She sent me these, which I have to now start reading again. It's gonna take a lot of while, but ऐसा कुछ ना कुछ तो मैं पढ़ता रहता हूँ.
So, आपने अपने favorite YouTube channels नहीं बताया. Like like I still want to know those.
I like Ellen. I don't know. There's an app called Ellen Tube. So if
Hmm.
I'm if I'm down, or if I don't feel like doing anything, I just watch Ellen ka YouTube page, and I just
Nice.
keep watching videos over there. I love the way how she conducts herself and
Yeah.
interviews all of them. I sometimes go to Saturday Night Live and watch those people perform also. It's
Nice.
just a fun thing because they're so talented, all of them, that it blows your mind how are they doing it. In the Indian space, I think RA, TVF, Filter Copy, Dice, AIB was there. Then there is TTT. I really like watching
Yeah.
Tiny Terrible Tales ka page. They have something or the other new things which are going on.
Yeah.
Then large short films is one page which I follow and watch the short films. These are some channels which I like.
Nice. And finally, let's talk about music. आपको किस type का music पसंद है? And if you have any recommendations there.
I genuinely love a lot of Sufi music, if you can say it. Like my favorite playlist to go back to would be a Coke Studio playlist,
Hmm.
where I like listening to songs with a lot of soul. I feel Pakistani Coke Studio has such good music, uh,
Hmm.
and they modify and they try to reinvent, and it's a lot of fun listening to that. I am a huge Arijit fan, like a huge. I can't even tell you how. Like I have 4 playlists in my phone of Arijit. Anything he sings, I'm a huge fan of Arijit. So I started my music this thing with a lot of rock songs. It was with Linkin Park that I started.
अरे
Uh,
मैं
so I
मैं जब
know.
से लॉकडाउन चालू है मैं वापस क्योंकि वहीं पे मेरे को पीस मिलती है.
So it started with Linkin Park, went to Metallica, Bon Jovi, Poets of the Fall, Bullet for My Valentine, 30 Seconds to Mars, like everything, like the spectrum, Green Day. So back then it was just like rock music, Oasis. It's just very very good music. I feel somewhere it's going down. I don't think so it's the same as it was, like rock music at one point. And there was a transitional shift from rock to hip hop because I started dancing and stuff like that. Then hip hop was gone. Then I started listening to then I had gone to Bangkok for an ad shoot. It was a Pakistani brand ad shoot long back. Over there, I met people over there who were Pakistanis, and they were listening to their type of music, which was Sufi and which was the Coke Studio. I was not introduced to Coke Studio back then, and they told me that this is it and that, and then I was like, wow, this is such good, nice,
Yeah.
rich cultural music. तो फिर वो आया. So there's never been a time where I've not been experimental with my music. Obviously, amongst all this is Bollywood music. I genuinely love the music in our films. मतलब कल हो ना हो से लेकर बोलना से लेकर फिर ले आया, like there are so many. जश्न इश्क भी मैं 1000 बार सुन लेता हूँ, but I feel अब तक की मुझे फेवरेट मेरी बॉलीवुड की जो एल्बम है वो रॉक स्टार है. आई डोंट थिंक
Nice.
सो देयर इज अ बेटर एल्बम व्हिच हैज कम देन रॉक स्टार. कुन फाया कुन, जो भी मैं I think Rockstar is one of the most complete albums which
Yeah.
we've had. Post that, I only loved this film, Manmarziyaan ki album.
Hmm.
Like I feel Manmarziyaan ki album was also one of the best albums. Kabir Singh also had a phenomenal album. So last year was really rich in music. I also like Sonu Nigam sir so much. Like you've grown up listening to him. So, and I remember there was a music video where I got a chance to act with him.
Oh,
And
nice.
so yeah, and Sonu sir was singing, and I met him, and I was just it was just one of those moments. Ki, my God, is Sonu Nigam in front of me, dude. Like, I've heard all his songs when I was a kid. Uh, yeah, so my music taste is very varied. I also listen to a lot of Zen meditative music, like Tibetan bells and stuff like that. I also
Nice.
listen to a lot of that relaxation music. I always tell people that be inclusive of all the music in the world.
But these were some brilliant recommendations, man. मेरे को लगता है I have some पूरा basket of 30 to 40 recommendations, and
आराम
we'll
से.
make a nice video out of it. Thank you so much, Ayush, for doing this. And
Thank
is
you.
there anything जो मेरे end पे रह गया हो जो आप बोलना चाहते हैं, which I might have missed? कोई other चीज like ऐसे any kind of recommendation or anything in general?
Guys, I recommend you to watch my shows as well. Like I recommend you to watch Mom and Co. It's about a mother-son relationship. Minus One, which is about two exes living in the same house. PFA, work-life romance. Operation MBBS, which is also like a uh, MBBS setup, MBBS students can say, and everything is available on YouTube. You just have to type these things. So I think मेरा भी जो मैंने ऐसे recommend किया वो तो देखो ही, पर मेरा भी ऐसा थोड़ा बहुत देखो.
So, if you can ask the viewers to subscribe to Chalchitra Talks, that would be amazing.
Guys, please subscribe to Chalchitra Talks, because we give a lot of interviews in life, but knowing recommendations from a person is something which it tells you a lot about how it's shaped that human being and where he's coming from and why does he watch that kind of stuff. It also tells you what he wants to do as a person. So I
Yeah.
feel it's one of those things which you should watch. It's insightful. If you like an individual, then you know his choices, and it's something which is very new. I've not done this in a while. Uh, Talking about my favorite
Yeah.
films, my favorite books, my favorite music, because that's something which I talk to my friends about.
Yeah.
So it's one of those personal moments which gets highlighted. So please subscribe and please watch Chalchitra Talkies ke sare videos. Please share my video as well.
Thank you so much again, Ayush. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.